warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good night everyone. The honorable memory in this special moment. My name is Ahmad Topi and my partner.
My name is Bangun Galangal Itu Rodianto.
I went to conversation question transport test for engine cadet.
As the equipment number 1. How much limit of hydrocarbon and oxygen not supporting combustion?
I went to answer the question from Mr. Bangun number 1. The combustion process is called perfect if the fuel has been burned out and does not leave a residue of combustion. Because if the combustion is not perfect, it has a big effect on human health. The hydrocarbon element becomes big in emissions to the mixture of this, which occurs at low rotation per minute. At low rotation per minute, ignition tends to reverse until the combustion process slows down because some of the fuel is not burned. Unburned fuel will come out with the exhaust gas, so that the concentration of hydrocarbons becomes high. Take the limits of vehicle gas emissions. Carbon oxide percent, hydrocarbon percent test 4.5% 2,200.
I want to ask the question number 2. What is typical fire exhaust system suitable fixation on the top of generator?
I want to answer the question from Mr. Bangun number 2. Answer number 2. Electrical room or generator or electrical panel for small scale areas such as the electrical room or generator or electrical panel. It is recommended to provide 1 unit fire extinguisher that has a capacity of 4 kilograms and 1 unit of fire extinguisher that has a capacity of 6 kilograms. It is recommended to use media that can handle fire gases A or B or C because it is very multi-purpose.
I want to ask the question number 3. Below statement is not compressed with the safety drive at engine room.
I want to answer the question from Mr. Bangun number 3. Answer number 3. Below are the safety equipment in the engine room. 1. Protective clothing. Protective clothing is a coverall that protects the body from the crew members from hazard, such as oil or water or spark welding. This is known as a jungle or builder's helmet. The most important part of the human body is the head. This provides the maximum protection provided by the hard plastic helmet on board. Chin strap is so provided with the helmet, which keeps the helmet in place when there is a trip or fight. 3. Safety shoes. The maximum internal space of the ship is used by cargo and engines, which are made of hard metal and which makes it work for the crew to walk around. Safety shoes ensure that nothing happens to crew members with while working or walking on board. 4. Safety gloves. Different types of gloves are provided on board the ship. All of these are used in operations where it becomes important to protect one's hand. Some of the gloves available are heat-resistant gloves for working on hot surface. Cotton gloves for normal operation. Welding gloves. Chemical gloves. 5. Goggles. A is the most sensitive part of the human body and in-die operations, the chance of having an injury are very high. Protective glass or goggles are used for eye protection, while welding goggles are used for welding operations that protect the eyes from high intensity flashes. 6. Air move or plug. The engine room of the ship products 110 until 120 decibel of sound, which is very high for the human ear. Even a few minutes of exposure can cause jet irritation and sometimes partial or complete hearing loss. Ear muff or earplugs are used in vessels that block noise down to a variable decibel value. 7. Safety harness. Routine ships operation in cladding, maintenance, and painting of height and elevated surface that require crew members to rest in accessible areas to avoid falling from the rested area. A safety harness is used. The safety harness is worn by the operator at one end and it to a secure point at the end. 8. Face mask. Working on the surface of insulation, painting or cleaning carbon to surface minor harmful particles which are harmful to the human body if inhaled directly. To avoid this, mask is provided which acts as a shield from harmful particles. 9. Chemical suit. The use of chemical on board ships is very frequent, and some chemicals are very dangerous when they come in direct contact with human skin. Chemical suits are used to avoid such situations. 10. Seal welding. Welding is a very common operation on board ships for structural repairs. A welder is provided with a welding seal or mask that protect the eye from direct contact with ultraviolet rays from welding pattern.
We want to ask the question number 4. Is it signal for fire and man your boat?
I want to answer the question from Mr. Bangun number 4. Answer number 4. Fire push it. If a fire occurs on board ship, the first to notice a fire is obliged to report the incident to the officer on duty on the bridge. The officer will also continue to monitor the progress of firefighting efforts, and if the extinguisher cannot be overcome with portable extinguisher and is considered fully to use permanent firefighting equipment and request the role of all crew members. Then on the decisions and order of the master. A fire signal must be sound with code, flute or bell, one short and one long, continuously as follows. Every crew member who hears a fire signal is obliged to carry out his duties according to his role in the fire certificate and immediately go to his place of duty to wait for more orders.
We want to ask the question number 5. How many types of purifier in engine room?
I want to answer the question from Surbangu number 5. Answer number 5. Carbon cleaner, solvents, dirty combustion chamber full of carbon and combustion residue can reduce engine performance and wasteful, especially formulated carbon cleaner solvent base can easily and quickly dissolve carbon deposits and other combustion residues in the combustion chamber. C. To use makes the engine more powerful and safer for vehicle. I want to ask the question number 6. Below statement is not correspondent with color type if apparent in engine room.
I want to answer the question for Mr. Robi. Number 6. The coloration of the piping system is very important in order to make it easier for the operator of the engine crew, especially to find or weight piping system in on the ship. The coloring also aim to prevent corrosion or rust on the surface of the piping system on the ship. For example, pipes in the engine room. 1. Fresh water cooling pump. 2. Seawater cooling pump. 3. Oil pump cloth.
I want to ask the question number 7. 7. Vacancy generator will tank as a per safety should left at G and stemming tank for consumption.
I want to answer number 7. The generator set will consume 6.5 liters of diesel per house when running on 2.5 kVA power.
I want to ask the question number 8. Prior to entering an enclosed space, oxygen content of tank should be.
I want to answer the question for Mr. Robi. Oxygen show and stable oxygen volume of 2.1%.
I want to ask the question number 9. Which of the following statement with regard to an oil tanker pumping the gas is untrue?
Yes, sure.
I want to ask the question number 10. What is equipment to control prevention of pollution in on deck?
I want to answer the question for Mr. Robi. 10. Namely, to name SOPEP. SOPEP is still standard for shipboard oil pollution emergency plan. SOPEP is self must be used when an oil ship occurs on ship and how to deal when oil spill to content in SOPEP are stood burger chemical oil spill display core or like brom sand and many others. I want to ask the question number 11. What is function of generator diesel engine?
I want to answer the question from Mr. Bangun number 11. The governor diesel function make it easier for the engine to start at start with blessing the supply of fuel injection. Maintains engine rotation speed, prevent overspeed, limiting the rotational speed of the engine at idle when the engine is not achieving at load.
I want to ask the equation number 12. The SM code stable as per safety or live at sea Solus Cambridge.
I want to answer the question from Mr. Bangu number 12. The SM code or short for International Safety Management Code is an international standard of safety management system for safe operation of ships and efforts to prevent population at sea. The purpose of implementing the SM code is to ensure safety at sea to avoid incidents that can cause casualties and ships damage that can cause environmental population at sea. The SM code is a product of IMO, International Maritime Organization, which was finally adopted the SOLAS safety of left sea in 1994. I will ask question number 13. How much density of fuel oil?
I will for answer question Mr. Robi. Chemical structure C4 to 12. Content number 5 to 20. Octane number 86 to 94. Density 0.71 and 0.77 kilograms.
I want ask question number 4. 1 means equal y.
I win for answer question Mr. Robi. 1 inch 2.54 centimeter.
I will ask question number 15. What is type of life-saving appliance should be posed in engine control room?
I will for answer question Mr. Robi. Fire detection and alarm system should be installed. Fire pump, life jacket, land throwing apparatus. Everyone, thank you for attention. Bye bye.